All right, let's get started. Yeah, Shutter.
Yeah, on our end, we were working on some tests. We mainly run them and now targeting the validators that are operated by the Aragon team. And this last run, we had 100% inclusion rate over around 24 hours. So we'll continue running these tests to target a wider set of validators. Yeah, so to see how the inclusion rate improves. And that's it on our end.
Thank you. What is this? Okay. Wait. Got disconnected somehow. All right, testing.
Hi. From my side, I check it with Nethermind team how to add is support for Nethermind. At the moment, there is no fast solution, but we investigate it.
So you said EST support with Nethermind.
Yeah, so I mean test that Chetna fixed it with fill command.
Okay. Anything else?
No, from my end.
So yeah, like on the testing front, so for Ret, Aragon, and Forget, all the majority of like the test cases are working. But yes, I think for Nethermind, I will be needing help with the chain spec. I think pre-Pectra, all the EIP tests are failing. So yeah.
All right. For general updates, Nethermind.
Right. I think no updates from our side. Just wanted to ask about, is there any updates around Fusaka and when that might happen?
Yeah, I'll get to that after the updates.
Cool.
Aragon?
Yeah, so for Aragon, as with last week, we're mainly working on performance upgrades at the moment, which are going to be the next two releases of Aragon. We're also checking this Shido issue, which I think Andrew's worked on, but we haven't worked out why it breaks. In the testing we're doing, because we've got a state root mismatch problem, and when we run it in a test environment, it seems to work. It just doesn't work on the node, so we're just investigating why that is. And I don't think we haven't resolved the root cause of that still. I mean, I guess my question for you is this now something that we need to prioritize? Is it actually causing you a problem?
Yes, it is actually. But yeah, let's get back to that as well for Fusaka, because those things are related.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess the status on that is we're working on it, and we haven't resolved it, but we haven't actually turned it into an emergency, if you know what I mean. So it's being worked on as a bit of maintenance at the moment. If we need to fix it, we need to kind of we need to get spend more time thinking about what the problem is, if you see what I mean. So
yeah, so yeah, we will get back to that later, but we really need this for Fusaka actually. But okay, let's continue with generic updates and then I'll get back to Fusaka. Gath?
Hey, yeah, I made the release of 1.16.8. And yeah, we're gonna have probably another release which is going to be 1.17.0. But no dates of when this will happen. Yeah, that's pretty much it actually.
All right, thank you. Deb wrote you a message also regarding Shadow. Did you get a chance?
Yeah, I just answered him, and I was about to add something more, but he just told me he had fixed it.
All right, perfect. All right, Wrath.
We are upgrading upstream to 1.10.0. Yeah, that's about it.
All right. So for Fusaka, we are still stuck on the shadow issue. So as Deb mentioned last week, I wasn't there, but from what I read in the notes, basically we spent a lot of time and did many iterations of kind of running a new shadow network, basically a fork, let's say, but it is a fork. That solves the issue that we had with the max sweep, whatever config variable we had that was set to 8. So from the block that failed in October 15, we took a lot of, I mean, it's very late. We are going to rewrite a lot of history. But still, we cannot keep the current shadow around because if we did, we would have to update or do forks of all the consistent layer clients. Which is really not an option. The other option would be to retire Shadow and set up a new network. But I think there's value in having Shadow around just for doing, hard forks before mainnet. So yeah, we are fixing Shadow. We will overwrite a lot of history, but it's not too bad because basically no one is using it. So we'll keep it around as a core dev testing network. This is now running with, same as last week, Wrath and Element, as well as Lighthouse and Deku. So we need basically we want all the clients to run on Shadow. And Aragon doesn't currently because it's syncing snapshot files that will either go too far on the old Shadow, or also, they also don't support archive, for example, on Shadow as far as I can tell. So we want to do a full archive sync of Aragon, like the normal sync process from Genesis to new Shadow head. And this currently doesn't work, and it's kind of blocking us for Fusaka because we, of course, want all the clients to go through Fusaka on new Shadow. And we also want to validate the entire chain from Genesis to make sure that what we did didn't in any way, shape, or form break any of the clients. And we are also having that issue currently with Geth. Not that Geth cannot execute the blocks, but that we haven't managed to join the network yet. But apparently that was just solved by Deb. So let's see how that fares. We also have issues joining with the Lodestar and Nimbus that we are looking into right now. So hopefully by the end of this week, we'll have basically a new Shadow network that is an override starting at some specific slots where the issue happens on October 15. And once it's done, we're going to update the boot nodes, ask block scouts to reindex on top of this network, and then basically move all the entire network over to new Shadow. It is messy, but again, no one is using that network, so it's not a huge issue. And we gain the fact that we have a network similar to mainnet that we can do hard forks on. As soon as this is done, we are going to do devnets again for Fusaka, just to test that all the latest client releases didn't break anything for our specific setup. Once that's done, we're going to do a shadow fork on mainnet, and for this, I'm going to ask the help of Nethermind. For the DevNets, we are going to do them internally for the first time. So hopefully everything works expected to plan or according to plan. And then we are going to schedule Shiado. I mean, basically the week after or something like that. So yeah, I hope that answers all the issues, but if not, please go ahead with questions.
Yeah, so I have a question in terms of, so what you're looking for from us is it a sync from Genesis or is it just a sync with working snapshots?
A sync from Genesis.
Right. And that's because what? Because our existing snapshots don't work for you?
So the existing snapshots, they go to, well, to old Shiado basically. So they overshoot, let's say, the override. I think now there is an option to roll back on Aragon, but only if you have archive snapshots, which as far as I can tell, do not exist on Shiado. So basically we are forced to do a, well, Genesis sync. And even if we weren't forced to do it, because technically I guess we could use well, I guess we could, if we had some old database that was not past this override, we could sync from there. But still we want to do a Genesis sync just because we want to validate that we didn't break anything with this kind of overridden network on of the clients, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So the reason I'm asking is I think we might have got to a stage where we've got some bootstraps snapshots which we're running with in dev internally on Chido to get it up to the tip, but we haven't got the Genesis working. And I'll talk to Andrew after this meeting to find out which is why I was just asking what you're looking for, because I'll clarify the status with him, and then we can work out what we propose to get to a point where we can give you something that's working.
I think if we have
Andrew's online, right?
Sorry,
yeah, I'm on the call, so yeah, I'm looking at the issue. I haven't found anything yet, but I'm working on it.
Perfect. If we have snapshots that are, let's say, post-merge and that we can sync to the new network, that would already be quite useful, to be honest. Like if you have them available right now, because then we can at least join, the network with that node, attach validators, and just make sure that it's at least syncing. That would definitely be a good start if you have them available.
And to switch to the new Chiado, like do I have to do anything special? Like you mentioned new boot nodes, so
yeah, so as soon as we have 3 client pairs running, or I mean 3 CLs plus 3 ELs, or if we don't manage to do it by the end of this week, we will start it with the current nodes, so Netherlands, Red, Lighthouse, and Teku. We will, by the end of this week, update all the boot nodes. They will probably keep the same IPs and node keys, so normally you should not need to modify anything, hopefully. If you do, we will publish new configs and we'll give you up to date.
Right, I'm just thinking if I want to test Chiado Genesis sync, should I test it on the old Chiado or the new Chiado?
Probably the new one.
And how do I switch to the new one?
Yeah, we will send you boot notes for that.
Okay.
Can you do that actually right now?
Yeah, because we might find that it works on the new one. Actually.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
So we might find that Genesis sync works on the new chain.
Maybe, but I mean, it's using the same history up until October 15, right? So it should be exactly the same as old Shadow, except for everything starting October 15.
Right, okay.
So I would not expect it, but who knows? Yeah, Mark, I know you also asked questions about Fusaka. Did that answer the question?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Then, yeah, so the objective is clearly by end of this week to have boot nodes ready as well as the Dora Explorer. After which we will ask Block Scout to re-index, but I'm assuming that will take some time. And then we're going to start distributing validator keys. Or I mean, it's just everyone can just deposit normally. So we will either deposit for you or whoever is running validators. Presumably, Aragon and Adamant are still going to run some, but we can discuss that later. So we'll distribute either GNO for deposits or key stores, whatever is easier for you guys. But yeah, I will hopefully come with, I mean, give you steps on Telegram by Friday. Yeah, I think that's it on my side. Any questions or comments? All right, then yeah, Aragon, as soon as you have any updates or if you have those snapshots, please ping me as soon as you can. Guillaume, I guess you can expect potentially other messages from Deb if we cannot, if you don't manage to join the new shadow with Scat. And except for that, it's just Nimbus and Lighthouse. No, sorry, Nimbus and Lodestar, which, I mean, I guess you guys cannot do anything about anyways. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, thanks for joining and see you by end of this week.
Cheers.
Right.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.